right.
Boom.
We're back. Well, we blew a fuse, guys. I'm sorry it happened. I'm glad it happened now when it was just a group and we're not.
Yeah, apparently we have backup battery sources that we weren't plugged into, and that's handy.
Yeah, and we need to figure out why we blew that fuse. I don't know. It was a hot day today, and we just might be getting.
Yeah, I don't know what got turned on
But we got a lot of electronics here, so.
Yeah, and it's Mexico. So.
And it's Mexico. That's true.
So I don't know. Are we waiting for Bybit to rejoin us, or
We can, or we can finish up without him.
I thought that was good.
I thought it was too. I wish we'd gotten through it. We still have some unanswered questions.
Yeah, but they
We'll see
disappeared
if
now. 'Cause we're on a new
Cody can come back on, but I'm sure he'll be glad to come on again. But
Yeah, he sounded very enthusiastic.
yeah,
about that earlier.
and they're like I say, I like them. They're on the
Public again. See, it says unlisted
Yeah.
here, but
he's
it's
he's in another meeting.
Okay, that's all right. Just don't worry, we'll finish without him. But thank him for coming on.
yeah. See, how is this? YouTube's having a really bad day. See, it's public here. It's unlisted
Bro,
here.
I told you. We just lost 2 viewers.
All right. Well,
Yep.
long live technology, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm old and missed it all. You guys, I tell you, I have you guys here. You got a guy with these broken hands and body, and I mean the mind's still kind of there. It's
Well,
in
the
and
thing
out,
is,
but-
it's we're kind of using YouTube in a way that it's not designed for, right? So I guess we can't really complain that isn't their main priority. But I guess we need to we need to look at finding another members only platform.
yeah,
I think that's probably should be a priority.
because
at
I have
some
dreams.
point.
I want to make this really good, guys. I mean, we've got a lot going on. All I can do is share my little I know and my dreams and.
Thanks,
and-
Mick. By the way. Oh, sorry.
No,
Didn't
yeah,
interrupt.
and so I don't think Cody's coming back on. He's got another meeting, so I can respect that. Finding time with all this stuff that's going on, it's not easy. So, like I say, one of the great things is starting tomorrow. Guys, we somehow need to get out we need to get a list, email all this. Basically, we want to have tomorrow morning at 9 with the Goat Lady and I. We want to do a little show on the Working Man's Bitcoin Cruise and have all the speakers that were there. And I think everybody is coming back except Socrates is not. Custis won't be. Katie can't because she's
Right.
getting.
Socrates and Katie. for
Socrates isn't for personal reasons.
and,
Yeah.
And Kistus for obvious reasons.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it was really a great time, and everybody's moved on at a new level, and that's what I want to encourage. I've got a lot of new guys that are coming. The same thing. I mean, they've never been invited to go to a conference or anything like that before, and they'll be showing up. I don't know how the website's doing, but I guess it's there. And I had to lay down the law with no staff members going to any of the workshops because this is a big time deal. We got a full-time event person coming in to manage it down here. So, guys, yeah, I think, do we still have?
We've got a question here.
What's up?
Got a comment, really,
Okay.
from the guy that we thought was a troll. The guy with the pirate chain.
Oh,
question.
that's fine.
Well,
Yeah, we like that. That's great. But I thought it was a serious question. It was, hey, Eric, can you get on? We'd love to have you on. But I took it as a serious question. Everybody said, "Oh no, it's a troll." I don't know when I'm getting trolled half the time.
Well, it was for us at least, a relatively unknown shitcoin. So it just felt like a random coin.
Oh,
to be
okay.
asking
Oh, I
to-
didn't. I don't know.
But then again, I'm not big on what shitcoins.
No,
hot
Eric,
this year.
we want. Can you put that down there? I mean, well, he's here. She should be listening to us. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, I read the question. You know,
That-
I may
that-
not understand it, and sometimes you know what, you need to make sense out of these.
That was
questions.
our
I mean,
snap judgment.
You know
My
what?
bad.
I don't have all of my facilities all the time, you know, and but I do have all of them. Well, most you know, they've always said I've never been all there, so you know. what can say?
I believe that. I believe that they said that.
I don't know.
Yeah. So all right. Well, that's on a back, Mr. Mick. That's back on the.
We had
first
the
link.
same. Yeah, go. You explain your thing.
Yeah. No, when everything cut out, we had to open a new YouTube link. So if you just go to the Telegram group, you'll find the link for the first part, which was actually really good. There was some really good questions.
Yeah, it was really good, and I felt very comfortable with them. You know, it's. I'm not gonna. Well, we can talk about it with the goat lady.
Did you
Well,
ask-
we're gonna probably be visiting Singapore this year. I take it that we're gonna be doing some. I gotta see what Tone Vays is doing, guys. If you're gonna go to the financial
I think
summit,
I saw on
to
one of
Dubai.
his videos that he's gonna try to do the understanding Bitcoin
And-
in Dubai.
yes, and they're gonna just be a week or two apart. So I'll probably go to both. Actually, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But the goat lady and I are kind of planning a around the world tour. So after for understanding Bitcoin and the financial summit, those two things, and I don't know. I'll just have to get online and see how it goes. I think it'd be great. She wants to go to a number of different places, and it'd kind of be cool. I don't know, you know, if I'll be able to do it next year or 5 years from now or when. So I may as well do it now. Do a around the world tour with the goat lady. She's going to grab hold of this thing, guys, and she's going to take it to a new level. I know this woman, and she's absolutely fantastic. So,
Did you ask Bybit about the equity app and equity box?
yes, we did. And it's there for playback because I couldn't hear it. Again, my facilities.
Yeah,
don't
we have
work.
to. It's a balancing game. We have to keep the audio low so it doesn't give feedback into the microphones, and it's a whole thing.
Do you recall how he answered that? Yeah, I think there were.
I couldn't make it out either, so and I can't really pay attention to what people are saying. And
Okay,
you
so
hear at the same time.
it is definitely recorded. I couldn't. From the indication, I didn't hear it. But from the body language,
I heard
and
him
the
say
bits
it
and
was
pieces.
a good idea.
Yeah, they're gonna. If they're not doing it, they're really considering it. So.
I was surprised to hear that they were doing new assets, though, other assets. I didn't, I
Yes,
didn't
and
see
that's,
that
I think
coming.
that's the biggest thing because we don't know. I mean, BitMEX just added another shitcoin. Well, you know,
Really?
and which is fine. You know, I get it, and they're in derivatives, so you know, it's there, and it's in Bitcoin. They don't have to hold the shitcoins either. You know, if you're making a market in
Right, I was thinking about that when he was talking about that might be the argument for quantum contracts.
Well.
If you're gonna have
You know, I've invited BitMEX to come too, and nobody's gotten back with me. So there's guys. There's gonna be a lot of stuff, a lot of drama happening between now and this conference. I mean, that's just a fact of life, and we're gonna build and build and build it. We do fully expect that it'll open up, but it's not opened up yet. We're gonna have. We got Christina, who you'll be introduced to soon. We're not exactly sure when, but probably maybe this weekend or next week. We'll be meeting with her tomorrow, and it's going to be well organized event from top to bottom. And this is a thing where this is we love it here. You know, I have a beautiful Mexican wife. I love the culture. I love the food. I love the people. Yet I can't speak the language, but they're very gracious to me. And it really, it is how you carry yourself everywhere. That's true in prison or anywhere else. So I like it. It's different. They're much more polite people. They're much more formal in a lot of ways. And yeah, the family is very important. and there's lots of dynamics there always. So
How do I sign? Oh, BitcoinStandardConference.com, Eric.
yes, BitcoinStandardConference.com, and if you're a member, you get the discounted rate automatically. I don't know how that works.
No, but you can use your own referral.
You use your
code.
own your
That's-
referral code, I guess, yeah, or whatever, and get the discount.
I don't know if that's actually. I haven't tested if that's possible.
All
so
right, I'm not
I'm
sure.
speaking out of term.
Yeah, we had a special, but that's closed now, so you're gonna have to. It's full price.
Otherwise, ask in the group, and one of the members will give you their code.
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
But-
that works. That'll work.
I don't. All this technology. I mean, I know whenever you make a little change, it has huge repercussions. Oh, and then when somebody says, "Oh, I just have a little job for you to do," and it can.
Cascading.
Yeah, and one thing builds to another. And, any rate, you guys are in the back end running technology. You understand that. I just, I'm more meat and potatoes. I, see results, things, and I kind of can measure risk. And yet, I'm not. My priorities are, I think, right. I've succeeded in everything that I could. It's like my whole life has been lived for these moments that I'm living now, and which is just wonderful. I mean, I hope I, die gracefully old. I'm working for it, so we'll see. And
Well, I see there's a link to affiliate member link on the video description if you need it, Eric.
okay.
Hope
So
to see
you
down
go
here.
to Bitcoin Standard Conference. BitcoinStandardConference.com.
Yeah, I'm as bad as you now. We were just using
And-
promo the other day.
Right. So, and it's there, and we're putting up. I don't know how many people you've added, did I tell you that the B on my phone?
Yeah,
As
I've
an
done
excellent-
something. I need to check if it's still a problem. But
I don't know why that's happening. We need to fix that.
yeah,
But yeah, get there. We're going slow now till and then we're going to be really. We're going to have Christina on. She's very, very. She's going to be the perfect event. She gets it. So, and my wife gets it, and I think it's real important that I was trying to kind of keep the stress off of her because she has an illness. We don't need to go into that, but I thrive on stress, and it does her in. So what was my goal was to take her out of everything so she wouldn't have the stress. But you know what? It didn't turn out that way, and it was the best thing because I don't think we could have done this without having someone like the Goat Lady who loves her home, loves Ensenada, loves Mexico, loves the people here, and loves to show it off. So that's what she's going to do, and Christina's the same. And people have it's a completely different world here. It's in Ensenada. We are in. It's not a border town. It's legitimately inside Mexico, and it's a fully Mexican town. There's some expatriates that are here, but it's not like a lot of the communities. And of course, in my case, I don't live with expatriates. I live with the people, and they bear with me despite my inability to speak the language. And they're excited, and I'm excited about what's going on here. The work ethic here is far better than the United States. People's attitudes are better. I don't know how to explain it. They're much more polite. Americans, not only have we become the bullies of the world, but we're also very rude. And I think the West is, we're not respectful of anything. And that doesn't send out a good message. So I think the new rebellion is going to be to clean up our acts in a lot of ways that, like I say, every generation has their shortcomings, and they're all different. But look, we got this going. This is kind of cool. Look at this.
Yeah. It was only Eddie's second attempt.
Yeah, this is Eddie. But this is
Thanks, Stefan.
yeah,
Oh,
Eddie.
you want to get the? I think
this
you
is-
should go get the original so people
the
can
one that
see.
lit up.
All right, let me go.
No,
get
yeah,
But
go
anyway,
get them. This
so
is
these
great.
are
This
kind
is-
of
this is-
cool, and
this
I'm
is
thinking
honestly
maybe
great.
make them a little bigger. But look, we're doing this. We want to do the Bitcoin standard Defender or Shields or whatever. Defender is good. Defender. And we want to recognize the developers, and the work that they do, particularly ones that, we have a lot of people that, are enriched because of Bitcoin, but there's some that are just starting out. So I just making the reward and making the thing, and hopefully, I think we're past this one out.
Well,
yet.
these are decorations.
These are
for the house.
decorations, but we'll probably be
But we
designing a
have
shield
a
too.
like, real shield
Yeah,
thing.
and Tone is going to be having his Understanding Bitcoin conference. That would be
So
a
this
great
is
time.
awesome. Eddie initially
Oh,
ordered.
this is what. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is his finished product.
So this was what he came and showed off the first time. Look. This
Ah,
is
very
finished
good.
product. This is.
Oh.
This is supposed to be.
Yeah, I need to show it to the cameras, not me. That's literally crayon in, right? That's
That is beautiful work right there.
absolutely
You've commissioned a real artist here, Eddie.
yes. So we, any rate, we took it to the next level.
You show it there at your camera. There you
Yeah, and then we have that big thing we made last year. What? Yeah, yeah. So, and we can, this is just the first draft because we kind of can make it bigger. We can design it a bit. It was the idea. We could, Bitcoin Standard Defender. We don't want to call it Shield. Yeah, Defender is better than Shield is kind of, yeah. But,
weird.
yeah.
Defender's
Uh,
good.
Defender's,
because
Shield is
defines
maybe
it
old.
as- 'cause it's
All
shield
right,
'cause you're
right.
defending.
It's more like the
Yeah.
comic book superhero thing. All right, I got it. I got no problem with it, guys. Traditions always start in a place, and so Defender. Why do they use Defender instead of Shield? Well, because it was their culture at the time. They had all these video games and superheroes, and so it influenced their thinking. And so it's a Defender, not a Shield.
To infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond. So, wow, that was a big long story about nothing.
We're good at that.
And what's this back here? That's the new one too.
No, but
That's
these
a
are just
different-
decorations for the
Decora-
house. Like I said.
all right,
Just-
okay.
So.
Yeah, we are doing a lot of work. We're getting a lot of stuff done. I gotta go make my monthly trip up across the border. Baja 500 is this weekend. I don't know how we're gonna fit it all in. So I don't know where we're going for that. I'm sure Annie's has it all laid out, but I'm just along for the ride because my boat is full. All right, so I think we're done here. Do we have any questions?
Nothing else. No.
All right.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. Are the other questions?
Yeah. No, that's
that
all. Just
we lost
we've
everything
gone
else
through it.
that's
Yeah.
gone. Or
Yeah. Everything
recoverable or
else
not?
was everything else we covered.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, it was great. We can get them on again. From
Yeah,
what-
well,
from what
I
we
can
spoke
see,
about.
the one. I mean, I like to have BitMEX on like this. I'd like to. I love to have these exchange discussions. That's
It's
that's
interesting.
good. And hopefully they're not afraid. I'm their biggest defenders. I understand why they exist. I love the innovation that's come up. Some of the stuff they really have laid a level playing field because what happens is we'll give you this special deal to trade, but this is really fair for everyone because if you make the market, you're going to do just fine. And you don't understand there has to be a margin in there somewhere because what they're doing is just incredible. Running an exchange like that is not an easy thing, and you can't build for that surge. And so when you get those unbelievable surges, they just always break down. But you know what? I know it's hard for you to believe if if you feel like you've fallen victim to it or something. But it used to be just 100 times worse, guys. I mean, all the little glitches are really quite minor. And what the advantages that they are giving you is simply uh, incredible. So I take my hat off to them. I couldn't do it, but I think it's fascinating that they've done it. And so I don't want to. And we understand the game. It's not we bet. I don't think exchange risk is really a big issue anymore. There's going to be occasional exchanges that'll run off.
Comparing to 2017.
And now that we're done, we don't have to. Yeah,
is
and
a
the proof of
completely new-
reserves. I wrote an article on that. We could read that article. I'm going to read through on that proof of reserves.
We can do that separately. We can do that in a separate public video.
I guess I've written 2 articles now.
You have?
Oh, maybe I'm in the process of writing it. I never wrote it. I thought I wrote one. Maybe it's pending. I got to get on and look at my medium. Well, I did one on the oxymoron of legislating legal tender laws. That's I just thought it was ironic that Ron Paul was at the same conference, teaching how we need to just abolish legal tender laws, which I agree with completely. So, why are we encouraging legal tender, Bitcoin legal tender in San Salvador? Is that really a step in the right direction? Guys, I think I'm the only one that's addressing this issue. It's a little thorny, but it does need to be addressed. That's what the Bitcoin Standard Conference is all about. We do have such things as in-house arguments. And it was all a big show there in Miami. Well, we're going to have a show. We're going to have fun, but we're going to really test each other's moxie or what the substance
Yes.
in the things that we do and the things that it's going to just be. This conference, it's you don't need your cheers and whistles. We don't need that, but you better probably have a real thick skin, because if you don't, you're not going to make it. We want to have dialogue. That's what it's about. I want to hit, what? I might come at you with both fists, but what the whole thing is, as men, we can get in a big old bloody fight, and, when we're done, we shake hands and we're friends. That's what it's about. We don't have to agree to have a very fruitful dialogue.
You can't really have a really fruitful dialogue if you agree from the get-go. Sort of.
So, anyway,
discussion, at least.
that's where we're at.
Anyway. Yeah.
All right, I'm
good.
done. I need to make sure, I need to get that invitation out to everybody that was at the cruise, because I think that'd be a good way for Goat Lady and I to do our show in the morning, and then, like I say, we'll be doing a show every day, at least 5 times a week, and maybe 6 or 7 from now until the conference. Keep you all updated, because just as things happen, we add more and more. It's going to grow. Things are opening up. Who knows what's going to happen now?
Yeah, I heard they're going into like the next. They're going into green.
Yeah.
One of these days.
So.
Which is apparently a good thing.
Right. I mean, it's really open down here, but if you are in the establishment, and if you're a KYC company, and the cool thing about Mexico, it does have 2 economies. It has one economy and then it has the second economy, and it's just amazing to watch it work sometimes, and the ingenious things that you think don't work, they work in Mexico. And things we think should work, we say, oh, that's not right. But you know what? They get things done down here. They just do, and it's a different environment, different culture. Don't come down here and try and impose your culture down. We got a great, man, it's great. It just is. And so that's what I am. This is my home. I'll live and die here. Don't have a problem with that. I feel very safe here. Contrary to the reports, you know, the BS you get through the news. I mean, I hardly ever find a favorable news article about Mexico in the United States. It just always, you know, and it's very much more advanced in many ways than the United States. And not that the United States did not advance, but that Mexico has a much more solid base. And apparently the United States doesn't. It just, it seems to be falling apart rather quickly. And so you better get out while you can. I noticed Peter Schiff says he can't even get a passport for his daughter. Duh. I've been saying they're not going to let you out, Peter. You better get out now. But that's, you know, it's up to you guys. It's up to you. I'm trying to, you know, every time I go across the border, I said, man, I want it to, so I don't go across anymore, okay? And I'm getting old. That's going to be the thing. I mean, you guys, I feel safe down here. I do not feel safe. You know, they're getting ready to keep you guys, and you're not going to be able to come down here without going through a United States checkpoint out. So who knows what conditions those will be. And of course, one of those questions I'm sure will be, do you own any Bitcoin? So who knows? We're in the middle of a Bitcoin war, okay? And you know, maybe you don't see that. Maybe you think you can make peace with the beast. Well, you're not. So we do fight, but we fight the fight is an intellectual one. The fight is for truth, and that's not something that we can conjure up in any way. It has to be given to us, and that's where I'm coming from. Oh, and that book, I just ordered another one. Man, I just recommended that Freedom and Capitalism by I forgot that he wrote that. Every time I see one, I noticed there was one on Amazon, so I picked up another one. But the Trinity Foundation doesn't have any more in stock, I noticed. So I might pick this one up. But I want to pass that on to a lot of people because, let's see if I have it back here. I think I have a copy. It is okay. This is available on Amazon, or was, but it said just one. It's like $25, but it is darn good book. Essays on Christian Politics and Economics by John Robbins, and he was my mentor as far as faith goes. And so, you know, you guys that and thank God for Bitcoin or so forth. You know, I'll be coming at you from this point of view, which, you know, we may be in agreement. You might come at me with both your fists on my throat. But these are good, hard issues that should be addressed. And John kind of outlines that. He says there was a day, you know, when there was not a difference between the study of economics and theologians. And that division came later. And at any rate, I'm not going to outline it here and now, but I would do is, you know, I do recommend that he kind of laid the foundation for Christian economics. And so from a totally biblical perspective. So it's basically called presuppositionalism. That's what a lot of the intellectuals call it. But we call it, I think the distinguishing difference comes to where sovereignty lies. In America, and libertarians in particular tend to believe in the sovereignty of the individual, whereas, you know, as a Christian, the sovereignty is in the Lord. So completely different view, and there's again that's deduced by necessary consequence from Scripture, and you may not agree with that premise, but at least you know the argument where we are coming from, and
Not me.
all right.
Take myself out of that one.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm done for tonight because we gotta get this other program going for tomorrow, and looks like I'll be.
Is the one for tomorrow public or is just members?
Public.
No, it's public. It'll be yeah. We'll
Wanna
be
let
doing all
people know
these things.
when?
Will be doing, almost all of them will be public, except things not like we did today or something comes up. But all right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. And again, I let them know we don't need any special treatment. We don't need any trading competition because we're already, we're in the market. We are competitors, and so we know how we mark ourselves. And so what we really want is that equity app if they can put it on there. So I think if they do that, and if they can start adding other assets that we can collateralize using Bitcoin, I think that's going to be the future. And it's kind of the next step for sound commercial banking, in my view. I just kind of, that's going to be the next step. So, because that's the low-hanging fruit. Now, when you get more localized, and you're taking a chance with your community, and you're kind of a local bank, because that's what's going to happen, guys. I mean, we have a presence down here. We have, an ongoing things being built and doing all the time, and it's not. We're not just sitting here and hodling. No. That's not what I teach. You need to hodl. If you don't have a hodl, then you work your ass off and you hodl. Once you get a hodl, then you start learning to save, which means rewarding yourself, and then you build it, and that is you build new things in the jurisdiction where you're at. So. Well, you know what? I was moved very deeply by Ross Ulbricht's phone call that was recorded for the 2021 conference. I can relate to him very deeply. The dreams that he was talking about, I had the same. I'd fall asleep, and I was free. I could fly. I remember I would fly as a child and over the power lines, and all the other children were there. I said, "Why can't you do that? Look what I can do. I'm free. I'm free." That was kind of weird, kind of dreams. I was in isolation. I was in extremely overcrowded. There wasn't anything that I hadn't been through, really. Including where I broke, though, was when they put me into the criminally insane asylum, and I had people screaming down the halls. And but because I discovered that the Attorney General of the state of Kansas had denied due process. It's a long story, guys. I don't want to go into it. It's all history. But a lot of people, you're waking up to what a lot of us have known all along. And like I say, Ross Ulbricht he really seems to have changed it. And, I think like me, probably prison's doing him some good and giving him a perspective that you just would not otherwise have. And the other positive thing that I see is before Ross Ulbricht, there was a lot of problems in our courts. And so, to me, I wasn't that much on his bandwagon because it wasn't like he didn't do anything. You know, it's not like an innocent. You know, the Innocence Project showed how many innocent people are convicted of capital crimes. Well, and, you know, you can average that out on other crimes too. I mean, murder, I'm sure, is one of the highest percentages, but it happens all the way up and down the system. Uh, so, I did not put him, and I still don't, in the class of somebody that, you know, has been helped through the Innocence Project or through, I think, Equal Justice. I watched a movie that was pretty good on that Jamie Foxx was in, that outlined, you know, what some of the serious problems in our courts. So I'm glad that this has woken up to people say, oh, wow, but it's happening all the time. And so, you know, basically as Bitcoiners, we really have to be humble. We have to really be humbler than anyone else. You need to get down there with people and get dirty. I mean, it's like you know, let the elitists be the elitists. Let the, you know, if you're going to partner up with government, you know, I would just, you know, I was like, well, you know what? In tonight, in fact, maybe we should get the mayor to come and speak about Bitcoin like they did in Miami. But the thing is that really, you know, is that where are we just repeating the same mistakes? We're partnering up with whatever powers it be, so you know we get a special walk. It's not not easy questions. So I guess that's why. You don't stay strong. That's the whole thing. Is you're going to break down. I did pass the time, and I did for a few years. I was in a couple of great places, but then I always raised a stir, and they'd sent, you know, they'd sent me, you know, I went on the, what do they call that? The bus ride, at any rate. Not just for a few days, but it had, so yeah, I mean, it's, I've already lived in that glass house, guys. I mean, I literally had them, the Attorney General, reach in and try and touch me. So, now when I got out of the Larned Insane Asylum for the Insane, they sent me to a Max, and you know, I go walking out on the yard, and had 3 or 4 big tattooed guys, and I'm Mr. Snowflake. You know, they said, we don't know who the fuck you are, Bron, but there's a contract on your life, and we're watching your back. You know, that was my introduction. And then I understood that there is a real Dungeons and Dragons. And so that's basically why I called it, and I played it. I didn't have a choice. That's what you got to do. So, but I maintained my independence, and, you know, I took full responsibility for everything that happened. And face, oh, the consequences are never pleasant, you know, but when it's done, I mean, look at the glorious gifts that I've been given. Jeez. And now I have the goat lady coming on with me, which I couldn't do this without her. I can't be doing this stuff at all without, you know, people watching my back. But that's what a community is about. I'm not here. I don't have any citadel. And but I do want to have some kind of an institute where people can come down and live and learn and become, you know, what we are down here. It's not the United States. It's not, and it's a unique part of Mexico. And the Americans that come down here are definitely unique. It's really kind of the Wild West. It's you know, you got real cowboys down here, real Mexican cowboys, and we don't see any real American cowboys down here. But what we do have is the American cowboys brought the Baja 1000, and so Mexican they get it. We all like it, and it's great. It's been adopted. It's the culture down here. So nothing wrong with getting a little dirt on your face. That's what building is. So like this conference and my cars, that happens to also be my hobby now, having these cars. I got 3 of them. And it's also building because we're going to come down and she'll be talking about the Baja 500. Baja 500 is coming this weekend. She's all excited about it. So, at any rate, well, we got to call it quits because I got to I need to do this show for tomorrow from the people that were on the cruise.
All right.
And we'll go from
All right,
there.
guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See you on the next one.
Yep. All right.